Good evening, everyone. Sunday night. I'm just going to run with you through the assignments that we're going to do this week for April the 20th through the 24th. This week, the two things really are continuing to working on the college project, as well as doing some things for that AP exam prep. So for your college project, you have two artifacts due this week. Artifact number one, which was your list of three schools, is going to be due by the end of the day on Monday. And then artifact two, which is that reflection of one of the chosen schools, is going to be due for April the 22nd. So for artifact one, you have that list that I provided on Google Classroom, and I'll show you here in a moment. I just moved that assignment over from last week's folder into this week's folder, so you still have access to that if you haven't completed it yet. And then I have a template set up for artifact number two, which is going to be a brief essay, 200, really not even an essay, but a written response, 250 to 500 words. For artifact number two, while you follow the guidelines that are in the college project, you do not have to worry about submitting it to turnitin.com. So for artifact number two, you're just going to submit through Google Classroom. Don't worry about going in through Turnitin. And if you want to continue working on the college project, or at least see what's happening for the next couple weeks with it, I wanted to kind of give you this little preview. After this week, you have three more artifacts. You have the resume, your rec letter log, and then the actual essay that we're going to do. Your resume is going to be due next Monday, the 27th. And in this week's folder, I do have materials posted to you about resume. And so that's certainly something that you can bounce ideas off of me. And then you're going to have your rec letter log set up and shared with me by next Wednesday. The big thing really with your rec letter log is not so much the setup of it, which I'm going to leave up to you, but I want you to have four potential letters of recommendation listed, meaning four people that you would like to ask. And so that could be a mix of teachers, could be coaches, mentors, whatever the case may be, guidance counselors, gate teachers, but have at least four people that you would like to ask. Doesn't mean you have yet at this point, but there would at least be on your radar. And then your actual college essay, the final copy is going to be due on Friday, May the 8th. You're going to have a rough draft due that Monday, which is May the 4th. And then during the week, you're going to have a couple peer edits done and whatnot so that you can make your changes if needed, any revisions. Next week, I will post the rubric for you, just so that you can see what that how that assignment breakdown is going to be. It's a 50-point rubric. But I'll kind of go over that with you in a little bit more detail. But I wanted to wait until we were getting closer to you actually submitting that before I shared the rubric with you. Although it is in the college essay packet PDF that was posted last week, if you want to take a look at it there. And then also for AP exam prep, last Friday you started the Abigail Adams lessons, and we're going to do two more of those this week on Tuesday and Thursday. So we're going to go every other day format here with the college project and then your AP exam prep. For both Tuesday and Thursday, there's an ed puzzle about the same time, about half an hour, and a handout that you're going to complete. The ed puzzles are point value are pretty low, only 3 points, but then you get explanation with how the handout's going to work. And each one of those handouts, I believe I have down as a 12-point assignment. So, there's some points that are going there. Keep in mind, the focus of these three lessons with the Abigail Adams prompt, and we're going to do some more next week, still with the same prompt, but the real focus is trying to work on that sophistication point. So that understanding of where the writer is coming from, the author, what they understand about their audience, in this case, John Quincy Adams and all those nuances, is really trying to illustrate that you understand the backstory or the context of the passage of the letter or whatever the speech is, the piece that would be on an AP exam, so that you can get that sophistication point. There really has not been any discussion about the actual rhetorical devices. So the sentence that you wrote last week with that rhetorical purpose, you're really not worried about mentioning what those devices are. The rhetorical purpose sentence or sentences really would be like a lead into that thesis. Next week, there'll be a shift in focus to the use of the rhetorical devices. So we still are going to take a look at the rhetorical devices that are in that prompt, but really what we're trying to look at now for your rhetorical analysis essays is the idea of what you can do to get that sophistication point. When we're done looking at the Abigail Adams videos, and we'll end up doing probably 5 or 6, we will do a rhetorical analysis essay. We'll do an AP exam prompt, kind of like a TWA, as more practice before we get to that May 20th AP exam. Couple other things in your Invisible Man essays. I'll have those done by Wednesday, so I would think by Wednesday morning they should be available on both Turnitin, and you'll see the points in PowerSchool. Once you see the points in PowerSchool, you know that the essay is viewable for you on Turnitin.com. So those will be coming in. And then understanding how points are going. Like your essay is still worth 60 points. as they normally would be for a take-home essay. But for the fourth quarter, I'm just going with total points, so there's not any weighting. So whether it's 60 points that you get for an Invisible Man essay or 60 points through a collection of the handouts and Edpuzzle videos that you're doing, all of those points end up weighting the same. So there's not a participation essay test quiz kind of scores. It's just total points that'll be going into the fourth quarter. And some folks last week were asking me questions about the midterm that you took since we're not doing final exam anymore. The midterm that you took back in the end of January, I already factored that into the third quarter grade. So your midterm is part of your posted third quarter grade, so that assignment is taken care of. And then also keep in mind with the assignments for Fridays, Fridays are independent learning days when we normally have a 5-day week. So with going through the assignments for this week, Monday through Thursday, purposely I do not have anything listed there for Friday with it being independent learning, but certainly you working on your college essay resume and your college essay itself would be things for you to take a look at. Taking a look here at Google Classroom, I'm in the classwork heading here with the remote learning for this week. You'll see that the materials listed here for the college application project is the same as what was there before. So I just pulled this in from last week. And then I have some college resume resources for you to take a look at with some links. And I added a video from YouTube. And I'll certainly go over some more things with this for you next week as well. But then you can see here that are your assignments. So Artifact 1, same assignment that was listed last week. I just switched it into the folder. So this would be your Monday assignment. These two here, Abigail Adams Part 2, the Edpuzzle and the handout would be going for Tuesday. Wednesday, Artifact number 2 with your college reflection. And then Thursday assignments right here with the handout and the Edpuzzle for Abigail Adams. So all materials here are posted for you. There are handouts for each of the Abigail Adams as we've done before. Please certainly make note of that. Doing a good job with notability. And for your college reflection, I did set a MLA template for you, so you can fill this out. Has the due date already in there, and then here's the information just to remind you what should be going into this reflection, into this response. And there is the second page with the works cited page all ready to go. So just wanted you to see that all those materials are there as well. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and enjoy the week. And certainly let me know if you have any questions. We'll do our normal Zoom office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock. No mandatory attendance this week, but just if you have any questions about any of your assignments. All right. So, again, hope everyone is doing well. Stay safe. Good talking to you. And let me know if you have any issues or questions. Have a good week.